Another example of prefetching would be the so-called hardware prefetching, where the program doesn't change and the hardware itself, either the processor or the cache, is trying to guess what will be accessed soon. There are a number of hardware prefetchers that work reasonably well. For example, many current processors include what's called a stream buffer prefetcher. Other popular types of prefetchers include a stride prefetcher and what is called a correlating prefetcher. All of these try to guess what is going to be accessed next based on some sort of locality property. So a stream buffer is sequential in nature. It's trying to see whether once we access a block and then the next block that follows it, we are likely to access the next block and so on. So it's just trying to fetch several blocks in advance in order to not be too late. A stride-based prefetcher is monitoring accesses to see if memory accesses that we are doing are at a fixed distance from each other. So if their addresses differ by the same amount, it's going to guess that we will just continue doing that, and it starts prefetching with a distance of d times something, and it determines how many of these in advance such that it's just in time. A correlating prefetcher is trying to predict sequences of accesses that are not sequential or at the same distance from each other. The way it does this is when we see A and then B accessed, it remembers in some sort of a table that when A comes, then B comes. Then when C comes, it remembers that after B comes C, and so on. And then later on, if we see A, it's going to look here and issue a prefetch for B. If we do access B, it's going to look here and issue a prefetch for C, and so on. So it can prefetch an arbitrary sequence of accesses as long as that sequence repeats. So it's very good, for example, for linked lists, which are not necessarily sequential in memory, and they're not at fixed strides. But if you access the first node and the second node and the third node, and then you do that again, it's going to prefetch correctly.